Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ann Peer. I'm a member of Common Ground. In November of last year, Common Ground joined a national organization that was started by sister organizations in Washington, D.C., Cleveland, Chicago, Virginia. The name of this organization is Do Not Stand Idly By. We will not stand idly by while our cities, our communities, and our congregations feel the pain of loss from gun violence. Common Ground believes that it's possible to significantly reduce the number of gun deaths, crimes, injuries in America. Common Ground believes that it's possible to safeguard the ability of ordinary citizens who are law-abiding to have firearms for their personal use. Common Ground also believes that it's possible to modernize and stabilize the U.S. gun industry. Part of this would be done by regulation, but the other part is market action. That the decision makers would be forward-thinking, thinking about developing smart weapons that would have a positive impact. And this should be affecting both manufacturers, investors, and large gun purchasers. We've launched an aggressive research campaign to try to understand what is going on with the gun violence problem in Milwaukee. We've been meeting with law enforcement personnel, legislators, judges, prosecutors, and groups that are affected by gun violence. So Alderman Zielinski, if elected, are you willing to work with Common Ground to determine what brands of guns are used in violent crimes in Milwaukee and where they are being purchased?
Yes, I've worked with Common Ground on numerous issues throughout the years. I've met regarding the arena, with regard to traffic issues. I think it's very important that we work with organizations such as Common Ground. In fact, we're very fortunate to have organizations like Common Ground. So I'm excited about continuing the relationship that we presently have, which is an open door policy where we meet, we discuss issues of concern. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I didn't support the arena as this package, partly due to my discussions with Common Ground. I know that was a very important issue for your organization. I will also add, though, that we have to attack the gun violence from a number of different vantage points. We have to approach it from a holistic vantage point, and providing information that Common Ground would like with respect to manufacturers and so forth is part of the package. But I also believe that we have to have the financial resources to also attack the gun violence issue from another perspective. And that's where this streetcar is going to come into play again. The streetcar is one of the big issues, if not the big issue in our district right now. We're looking at spending potentially hundreds of millions of dollars in votes that will be coming up potentially in the next term and following terms. Okay? We have to set priorities, and this is just one of the areas where we're going to look at those priorities. Above and beyond those capital costs, we have to look at the annual operating costs. If this streetcar is built out the way the proponents want to build the streetcar, it could cost us millions of dollars every year. And that comes into play when we talk about gun violence or any other kind of program. We've got to prioritize where we're going to invest our resources.
Thank you. Megan, would you be willing to work with Common Ground to determine what brands of guns are being used in violent crimes in Milwaukee and where they are being purchased?
Yes, absolutely. There is a lot about this issue that speaks to me on a personal level. First, I love it when organizations work. Well, I like when people are working collaboratively and open to solutions that come from different sectors. I think that there is a lot for all of us to learn by sort of taking our work out of the silos, whether it's public or private or nonprofit, and getting together. And I think that this is an example of where that's happening, that multi-sector work, but also across different cities. We can be really, I think, proud of a lot of the things that we have going on in Milwaukee, but there is a lot to learn from other cities, and there's a lot that other cities can learn from us. And the more that we do that, the more we can incorporate those best practices into our own work. And that's something that we were able to do a bit in MPS when we started the Office of Accountability, was break down some of the consistent problems within the school district through data. So the idea of using this data-driven approach to approaching gun violence and sort of taking away, I think, some of those, gut reactions that people have that say, oh, you're just going to come after my guns. It's like, well, actually, we just want to know. We want to know what's happening. We want to hear. We want to draw conclusions from that. I think that's very powerful. And then, as I said, on a personal level, I actually lost a colleague to gun violence when I was in my first year of AmeriCorps service out of undergrad when I was working in Cleveland. And so I think that, there are countless people in our country who've been touched by gun violence, and thousands upon thousands of them in this city alone. And we all have a story to tell about that, and it's great to see Common Ground working on this issue.
Thank you both.